Everybody doing tonight? So this is going to be an evening read. All right, so I feel like the energy is very curious. I feel like the collective energy is, even though it's been a time of healing and awareness, awakening, I feel like this sense of curiosity coming, like playful curiosity, you know, where you're starting to unwind all the information. And now I just had a vision of a yo-yo, almost like unwinding, and then how it goes back up, kind of like that bouncing back. So I have that kind of energy, youthful, right? Yo-yos are something from when we were a kid. But yeah, that energy that it's like been thrown down into the deep waters, you know, and now bouncing back, you know, a little bit, maybe not lighter, but clearer, less of that unknown secret energy. I feel like everything is in the light, the awareness. So I feel like that heaviness just of all the questions, you know, all the wondering, all the hidden, feeling like lots was hidden. So I feel like this awakening is eyes wide open, you know, like, but allowing yourself to flow through the energy, starting off in the shallow part of the pool, getting used to the water, dipping your feet in slowly, and eventually enjoying the water, you know, and oh, it's actually nice, and it's not as cold, it's warming up, but it's, I feel like you're the one warming up the water representing emotions, right? So going into the depth of emotions, to go into the depth of the unknown, you know, going into kind of like coming out of a place that you've never been before. And it's, now it feels a little bit like a journey, you know, like you feel like you've clowned. Maybe some feel like it's a joke still, but I feel most people watching these videos are starting to awaken to what all these burdens have brought the consciousness energy to, you know, realizing all these burdens, we're not just doing any, we're only allowing, we're meant to allow you to see that something is holding your energy back, you know, something that is heavy on you, that you don't need to carry all that luggage, you know, like realizing, okay, well, I don't need that, and now almost simplifying the energy. And there is a couple of retrogrades in Taurus. We have Jupiter retrograde, so expansion, it's also luck and fortune, but yeah, definitely expansion in value, wanting to minimize. So expansion as in like our spiritual expansion, our mind, going and having these realizations that we have all we need, right? And our knowledge, the seeking, the journey. I mean, you don't need to have 100 pairs of shoes. I feel like it is almost looking like at the material items that were valued before, that really gave that sense of security, a sense of happiness, that kind of quick fix, make you feel good kind of indulgence. Noticing that those things just don't bring you as much joy, things that were valued before, seeing value in different ways, taking the time to listen to the ocean, turning off the news, doing your own research, and I feel like less judgment is going on, so that's great. All right, oh, this one just kind of shot out, so let's just have a look. All right, so the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're really finding your groove. You're finding the whole, it's like this knowledge of how the universe works. You know, the earth, it's like having this rooted energy on how to ground your potential, how to look at opportunities as investments in not just yourself, but the Queen of the Queen of Pentacles is not just investing in herself, but is looking out for everybody else as well. So sees this coin as an opportunity to invest in something. It's like almost like to invest in an abundance of opportunities. So it's almost like this energy of reinventing or having these resources and utilizing these resources and making it the most valuable, making the valuable choices, you know, seeing the potential of investing in others and not just taking the opportunities and using them for herself. King of Pentacles is a little bit more like that. A good businessman, investor, also very abundant, but can tend to lack maybe that warmth, which the Queen of Pentacles definitely has with the feminine. She's also very nurturing. So it's like nurturing, investing in an abundance towards, but looking at it as in being resourceful and help and reaching out to others. Like she wants to share the gifts because she knows sharing gifts create more, right? If you were to only plant one apple tree, okay, so that you have one apple tree, but if you were to invite all your friends and your family, and everybody plants an apple tree, right? You're still only doing the work for one person, but now you're expanding the value, right? And you seeing the value in others as they are opportunities to grow together, you know, to build a new way of investing in each other, you know, believing in each other instead of trying to hold on to something and having your own abundance. The Queen is sharing the gifts. She doesn't hold on to this. She shares because she knows it's an abundance. When she shares these gifts, it's the cycles. It's like she's very knowledgeable, but also very caring. It's Libra energy because it's Taurus, so it's like Libra energy, but also Virgo. So looking at, because Virgo is the house of health, but also tiny things like microorganisms. So I feel like she looks at the fine detailings of things and doesn't just hold on to something, but really breaks it down and sees it as a way to. It's almost like a really good investor. She does it with love. She does things the way that the earth. It's like she gives back to the earth. The earth gifts us tools to use. You know, the water, the sun, the plants, the earth, the energy, and she just naturally has that flow of giving back with no hesitation, with no question. It's like she just knows the universal laws, this knowledge. It's like a sacred knowledge. So she's very resourceful, very loving, wants to be content and abundant and enjoying these pleasures, but she also enjoys in pleasures with others. You know, it's part of her energy. She wants to be very generous and share what she knows. You know, doesn't want to limit limit her knowledge. She wants to expand and grow, because knowing that you can grow and teach others, teaching others, it's also it's a community, right? Instead of just doing it all by yourself. And so she's very intelligent, very rooted and intelligent. So the Queen of Cups is definitely the main energy. Being very fruitful, being very independently intelligent, being I feel like she has that complete package energy, you know, very down to earth, very down to earth, and just wants to bring love. And with love, it creates this abundance, right? Because you're always acting out of love. So we have the Hierophant, all right, in the past. So the Hierophant is a spiritual guru. So it is a practice that is, because it is Taurus energy, it is spiritual, but also something that is behind walls, you know, like it is churches, things that make marriages, things that bind us from spiritual, but bind us to these agreements on the physical, right? So the Hierophant is a higher learning, a teacher, it could be a marriage, anything with like a contract, right? So I feel like you had this in the past. The Hierophant comes in to teach a lesson, or to show a lesson, to change a belief, to grow a belief, to really put the roots down for something that is of a higher learning, your belief system. So this is like the change to ground your energy. It was double Taurus. All right, and then we have in the current future, so just around the corner, we have the Moon. So the Moon is guiding this abundance. So I feel like you're very intuitive right now, very in touch with your emotions. You are grounding this energy of the Moon, the phases. I feel like you are going through these phases of birthing cycles of abundance, after a time of a spiritual awakening, something that really grounded your beliefs and really gave this new way to harvest and how to be resourceful. So I feel like this Hierophant came in as a teacher, so that you can master love and abundance, and how to value what the earth has given us, how to bring value from the spiritual and put it into the roots, right? Putting it into the roots so that it can grow and evolve, right? And it will harvest into these seeds of opportunities. So there was some kind of change in some kind of a spiritual practice. So I feel like this is being less confined, and this is being more of this abundant energy that's going with your, I feel like you're in your divine abundance, where you're growing, you know, like everything you touch turns into gold. It's like you are planting these seeds for the future, and it's going to allow us to be able to nurture our sensitive side. So the moon is a feminine energy, Cancerian. It could be home. So could be a way of bringing abundance, and it's some kind of a spiritual practice. I feel like, yeah, it's like it's maybe a shaman came in, or maybe you had a dream and somebody came to you, your ancestors. I don't feel like this is ancestor card, because Hierophant's more of a higher learning, but in a constitution. So something that brought out your instincts, something that brought seeing the shadows, you know, the shadow side. So I feel like you're being illuminated. This full moon, this reminding me of Aries. I feel like this is really getting you to drop anything that you're holding on to, anything you're trying to possess with Taurus. I feel like it could be, which means that's why it's that spiritual hierarchy, because it's the Taurus is the second house, which is like possessions, financial. So I feel like holding on to these belief systems that were not going into your purpose of abundance. You need it was more of maybe a logical way of thinking towards your spiritual journey, but now I feel like you are going with the earth and the frequency, and going with these natural. I feel like you're going with your natural flow, and and it's like you're sharing your gifts of knowledge. Wherever you've been through, you have the snake energy here. So I feel like you had this awakening. It could have been, there's like a release now. You're being released from some kind of belief system. So this is you and your true purpose. She's bear, so I feel like you are a bear in your authentic. You're being very authentic, and going with this true purpose is allowing you to really grow. You're growing, and you're working with others, and you're showing how to be resourceful and how to heal, and to work with these practices. It's like shaman practices. It's like you're being gifted the hidden secrets of abundance. You know, how to plant, how to take one apple, and then you have the opportunity of planting another 5 apples with the seeds inside. You're it's like that wisdom, that knowledge. You have the knowledge, and you are sharing this knowledge. You're sharing it, and you're nurturing. You're nurturing what you came here for. It was to change the perspective, to show people, to show others this opportunity, and to grow and go outside the box. All right, so the 9 of Wands. So you are very resilient, feeling like it has been a little bit of a trial time, a little bit unsure. You've been feeling like you've been behind these gates for a while, feeling like listening to what others say, like stay safe behind these gates. You're safe here, don't go over there, don't go past the limits of, and I feel like the moon is showing you the way. The moon is showing you over the bridge. So like the moon is guiding you over the bridge. You're going outside your structure, outside the box. You're really, with this Aquarius energy, going towards the star. So I feel like you're going out of the belief system, that's a very limited belief system of stay in this box and there's nothing beyond. So I feel like this has been this energy that's been kind of keeping you stuck, not moving. The wands are movement and passionate, creative. So I feel like this is kind of energy that has been trying to keep you fenced in. All right, and what you have coming, the 7 of coins. All right, so you have a spiritual journey to grow and evolve past anything that has burned you. And so that's your opportunity, is to grow from your abundance and not let others hold you back from your true potential.